Hello everybody, and welcome back to Visions of Mana. I'm Alxbrit, and my team is now built. So, before we get started with the actual content of today's stream, I wanted to share my builds. Probably nothing too out of the ordinary or extraordinary going on at the very least, but I wanted to walk through my processes with these classes. So, let's start here with Val. From the outset, I wanted to have his saber-focused class get the most attention, which is the Wind class. So that is maxed out as much as it can possibly be. Most importantly are 50% boost to his own attack when sabered up, AoE sabers when applied to himself, and sabers lasting for an infinite amount of time. So all of those are assigned to him at the very least. I also worked on his wood class, which is something I never actually used in the main game. Mostly because it had the ability to increase elemental weakness damage. The major skills at the end, I don't think I really used that much. I think this one, which ignores resistances when attacking, I think that will help with things like those cumuluses and other enemies that just tend to be resistant to weapon damage overall. So it could help, and plus I needed to get this class developed pretty far to get Leaf Saber anyway. Not that I think I'll use it that much, because like the other mana games, Moon Elemental damage and Wood Elemental damage tend to not be the weakness of anybody, but that's why they have the other properties of the MP and HP restoration, which are both useful. And the last class I fully invested into was the Moon class. I wanted to get a class that had Lance access because I really wanted to start using that weapon type again. So I looked over the various options, which were the Moon class, the Fire class, and the Light class. For the Fire class, there's a lot of party buffs for using class strikes when taking damage, and it's all based on the fortification of the shield. It's pretty nice, not gonna lie. It could have been a good option. Let's see, on the light side, it's mostly supportive in the way of recovering HP and like preventing damage and such. So, also not bad, but I felt that I don't really need the HP support with Jule as strong as he is. So I settled with the Moon class, which has more stronger buffs that only apply to Val himself, basically. Especially this survival at 1 HP once per battle. I think that might come in clutch if I get caught off guard by something or other. And also, this skill seemed pretty good too, because I'm almost always going to be wanting to have the shield fortified, so just having a 20% chance to not take any damage for basically the entire fight seems pretty nice. So I used the leftover points to get the other elemental sabers. So Ice Saber on this line, Stone Saber on this line, Dark Saber on this line, along with Strengthen, which is just a nice utility. And that sets him up the way I have him. So he has the best lance equipped. If you go over here to Vessel, to Guard, you can switch what Vessel you're using. I have him on Wind for now because none of his other options are good. We didn't want to use the Dryad Sprig really in battle. It's not bad, but it's not great either. And I wanted to keep Morley on the Luna Globe. You can pick which weapon you can use, but you only use the weapons of a class that you have mastered, so that is important. And of course, you can also choose which class strike you're using. In this case, I have to settle for the Moon Elemental one, but that probably won't be a problem. We'll hope for that. Now, let's move on to Karina. For Karina, I focused on her Wind class here, so the Wind class has mostly protection against status ailments, which is pretty nice. And there's some other stuff in here as well, but the protection against status effects and stat decreases is what I think is going to be the most important thing, because especially when dealing with random enemies, that crap annoyed me a lot. So I'm not going to deal with it. And I might even use her in boss fights for that benefit as well, although I'm not too worried about being able to cure statuses and such with Jule equipped with some new abilities I got during side quests a little bit ago. So I also invested Karina into her Moon Job class as well, mostly because of this skill, which makes her buffs better. And who can say no to that? She also gets infinite duration buffs, so that's good too. And that's mostly what I did this one for. But then to wrap up, I was liking her fire class before, so I maxed it out as well. At the end here, the skills that we weren't able to use before is passive CS regeneration and giving me back some meter after spending it. So I'm going to try and focus Karina into becoming just a class strike spammer. Just go nuts with that. So we'll see how that works for us. It was also important to get this class up for Strengthen Plus, which is nice. And I invested some points into Light to get Mental Boost as well. I don't know if I'll ever use it, but it's there. Another bit of leftover points went into Pressure points, just in case she needed to buff her own attack separately, or more quickly than Strengthen Plus would, I suppose. Might try it out in random battles or something like that. I think it's a pretty quick cast, but I'll have to see. So yeah, I have her set up with the Knuckles, as she did before, and with the Salamando Candle Vessel. The other options for her, I believe, are taken up by other people. Yeah. So I ended up picking a lot of the same elements at the end of the day. Yeah. I don't actually know if the stat buff thing applies to Moon Energy as well. I wouldn't be surprised if it did, but I also wouldn't be surprised if it didn't. I'll keep Pressure Point active. I think I did that for a reason. Okay, Morley. I think this is identical to Val's setup, which is Wind, Moon, and Wood. So, yeah. Mostly the Wind classes and the Moon classes for Morley give him crit rate boosts and crit damage boosts that both apply to him and partially to the party as well. Wind also gives him a little bit of stealth from other enemies attacking him, and more damage boosts to enemies that aren't actively attacking him, which I think could help in boss fights as well. And then I wanted to have him with a katana, so I went with his Wood class over his Fire class, mostly because the Fire class's passive stuff is situational at best. I'm curious about the power of inflation, given that I don't really have anything else to use my money on, so it might be, like, really strong? I don't know. But maybe I'll work on getting that with other levels, depending on how many levels we end up getting throughout the post-game here. I don't know how much we'll get. I'm not expecting to get a lot, but it's something that I might look at, shall we say. So, nothing too crazy here. I used some leftover points to get Darksaber here. I don't think I'll ever use that, but I really didn't have anything more appealing to get with a small amount of points here. Like, anything else that I would really use is going to be way too expensive. So, I'm going to just leave that be. So, Morley's set up pretty simply, but I think he'll be set up very effectively as well. Not even going to go over that. It's just Luna Globe with katanas, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Palomina. Obviously, for most of the game, I used her Earth class, and then I transitioned to her Water class afterwards after I realized that Ancient Curse was way too slow. But what the Water class has, mostly reduced casting time and boosted magic damage, can be combined with the Earth class's benefits, which is magic doing more damage the less HP you have. There's no knockback when casting, which means no interruption while casting. And then it took me a while to determine what I wanted to do with the rest of Palamina's points here. I looked over all the other options. Some of them seemed pretty interesting. Some of them were more focused on her physical prowess, which, while interesting, not really appealing to me. Unfortunately, I had to give up on Adelante for now, but I may decide to just clover that up depending on, again, how much elemental points we end up getting. Let's see. Yeah, class strike stuff. So the reason I ended up going with the Wood class is mostly because of this. Allows summoning magic to be cast instantly. There are a lot of summon spells, many of them acquired through the exchange of ability seeds, from what I understand exclusively. So I wanted to see if I could try that as an alternative to other elemental-based magic. Of course, I'll always have Doppelganger for non-elemental damage, but having her access to summons not only gives her access to some elements that I would have otherwise had to really invest in, like there's Axebeak here for fire, Needlebeaks for strike and wind. I gave her the Mantis Ants for earth, like I mentioned before. But there's also ones that do physical damage, like the Howlers and the Rabites here. And there's other options. I might invest in a couple of them down the road, but it seemed like a fun experiment, so that's mostly why I went with the Wood class here. So she is, I believe, using a flail because it had the most magic attack of any of her 3 weapon options after looking at all of the best ones that she had. And she's using the water vessel for now. I could have her use something else, but I think primarily she's really just going to be focusing on casting rather than actually using the vessel. Alright, finally, Jule. For Jule, light and dark were his bread and butter before, and they're staying that way. Mostly, dark curse applies to all enemies, and extended duration of stat decreases, and basically everything to help dark curse succeed as a way to debuff enemies all in one, which has been very nice in the past. And then I had to invest in some sort of support magic for him, so I felt like the light class was a necessity because I would have had to have gotten Healing Light Plus anyway, might as well just max it out. So he has some other utility like being able to revive allies with a class strike, getting very cheap healing magic, which I found pretty nice. And his healing magic is also very strong with this skill. Although I don't remember if I said that. I should explain. The base classes have the ability to slot in 10 of the learned passives of the other classes that the character has mastered. So I couldn't fit in absolutely everything, but that's okay because not absolutely everything was good. So my decision on the final class to master was basically similar to my criteria for Val, is I wanted to give Jule a wand class. Although he uses wands in his base class, but I still felt like I wanted to focus on that. So I ended up going with the Moon class for the later skills in it, which involve making his physical attacks more powerful based on his magic attack, and making his magic attacks more powerful based on his physical attack. So, kind of a perpetual motion machine, if you will. Not that I think he has very much in the way of super strong magic, but mostly for the application of the physical attacks. I'm very curious about that, and I might even control him manually to see how that goes in a boss fight or something like that. Let the other guys handle pounding away while I have his AI under my control. But yeah, leftover stuff went into Cure Water and upgrading his hammer moveset, just in case I wanted to switch back to that, because that was very fun. And I would like to have gotten Cure Water Plus, but again, just didn't have the points for it. I can invest my gold clovers if I wanted to, but I just didn't want to go too crazy with that. So, yeah. So I have him with wands, since I never did that before, and he still has the Shade Sights vessel thingy going on. And that's what I did for my class builds. In terms of other stuff I did between now and last time, I finished getting all of the little cactuses, and I received something special, which I will show in a moment. I'm also down all the way with side quests except for this one, which involves killing shapeshifters. I went through the volcano a couple times, I didn't find any, so I'm just going to assume that it may be related to the story stuff that is going on in there now, and I might need to clear that out first. This was the side quest that I spotted in Illistana post-game, and it seems to revolve around the bosses. The ones that we're going to be fighting pretty soon here. So I have that marked as my priority side quest, but I'm sure it'll just kind of resolve itself. So other side quests I did got me a couple of better ability seeds for my characters. So let me see what I got here. I think Val is more or less the same. I have special attack plus on him because fortifying shield means that the shield will be better, and the shield is all special attacks, so that's just going to make him much stronger in general. And triumphant, it's nice. Let's see. Nothing too crazily different on Karina. She has this, which I'm focusing on the class strike stuff going on. So that is helpful to add to that damage, basically. She also has the critical rate boost, the highest one I can do, because I feel like she's the one that lacks it the most out of everybody else, especially in the case of not being able to use buffs all the time. Morley, however, does not need a boost to his crit rates. I think with his passives now he just has 100% crit rate naturally, which is cool. He also has this to make the Luna Globe more active. Let's see, Cactus Soul here, this is the prize I got from getting all the little cactuses, which is just more passive class strike regeneration. Since I believe that Morley will never be absent from any party I'm in, I felt like he was the best person to have this. Let's see. Palomina, I swapped out the seed that taught her Dark Rain for the seed that teaches her Summon Mantis Ant instead. Still has the other stuff that she does before, including Acumen. And for Jule, I was able to get Traveler's Talisman, which gives immunity to every status effect. So now I don't need to waste like 5 slots on status protection, I just have 1. So the rest of him was built with in mind just increasing his magic attack, his defenses mostly, and his healing power. No knockback, so he can't be interrupted, and of course Divine Wind for AoE status healing. So yeah, that's a lot of talking to say that I think we're pretty strong, and I'm looking forward to testing that strength against the bosses that they have told me to go fight. So let's go fight them. I believe they're all going to be basically next to save points because they're all the bosses that we've fought before. So since we're starting with Wendell here, I think that it would be best to lead Karina because she's already doing fire elemental stuff here. And even though I literally just said that, do I want to have Julie or Morley? I'm not entirely sure. The graphics are looking kind of bad. Maybe I went too high onto the performance mode. Hold on, let me change that back. I was getting a little lag before. I think that was just because I didn't have my fan on to keep the laptop cool, so It should be okay now. Yeah, everybody's looking much better now. Not quite as fuzzy. So... Well, since we have Karina, maybe we don't need Jule, and I can just go balls to the wall here. I am curious about it. I guess it's not much risk to trying it out a bit here, so why don't we just go with that. Let's warp to the first meridian. Should be right next to where the boss is.
Let's rest our feet a bit.
Let's give it a save. Man, I talked a lot. I am ready for some action. How about you? We're already set in terms of class strike gauge, so all I gotta do is make sure that I'm buffed up before using it. He's Ipe.
Watch out. There's Frostgigas, one of the monsters we need to take down. Looks like it's still fast asleep, so I guess that's good.
We must punish it promptly. I will not permit the playhouse in close proximity to be exposed to any sort of peril.
With your fists? Okay, so you apply... Oh, it looks like it's just going to make it automatic. I don't have to specifically target Val for that. I'm going to have you Strengthen Plus and Morley Moon Energy me. Alright, let's try it. $20,000. How much? That is quite a bit. Oh man, that was nice. Of course, it's not always going to be that strong, considering we had an elemental weakness to exploit there, but sheesh. Pretty cool.
Why are we still standing out here? We got rid of the monster, didn't we? Poor Jule can't handle the cold. Still.
You were saying, Karina? But Jule is right. We should relocate to someplace warmer before we all get sick.
Sounds like a plan. We'll warm up a bit before heading off again. Let's do this for Ian, everyone.
Oh, not an ounce of chill. Ooh. Is that one of the so-called mythic weapons? I wonder if the these weapons are going to be set up there. Ooh.
3 contenders remain. Let us continue to comply with Ian's commands.
It's kind of nice that they kicked me out immediately, so I can just go straight to the next one. Alright, let's go to Dura Gorge and take on the, I believe this is Duinki? What is he weak to again? I'll have to look that up in the bestiary before we go for this one. Definitely been a while since we've seen this guy. Alright, so he's yelling over there. Alright. Alright. We don't have the starting class gauge here, so that's fine. So let's get Jule, I guess, in the lead? We'll screw with that a bit. And, oh yeah, let's look at that weapon we got. It's better, for sure. How does it look again? I still like this one better. I like the tassel situation. So that was marked on my thing? Yes. So 1 out of 5. I'm guessing it's base class weapons for everyone, which would make it unfortunate for characters like Karina and Val where I'm not using their base weapon, but it's probably fine. Let's see. I might try to lead someone different for each of these. Probably not Palomina, though. Let's see. So we got 40 points for leveling there, but that was only 1 level. It's very interesting. Well, before I go for this one, why don't we go ahead and eat a cookie as well? Since we're screwing around with it. Oh, I forgot to look him up. Well,
There's Duink, one of the monsters we have to slay. Its aura is more hostile than ever.
If it thinks it can just use Eve Salaha's influence for power, it's got another thing coming. Time to teach it a lesson.
so true. Okay. Wow, these spells cost nothing? That's cool rounding. Glad for that. Let's see. So is it weak to light? I guess so. That's good. Let's see. You Dark Curse. You, where is it? Holy Saber. And, Holy, get me up a bit.
What is It's a wild one here.
Let's not beat around.
Sheesh. Yeah.
Get ready!
Using this.
This guy's definitely a lot stronger than before. Ow. Might as well put this to use. Okay. Not too crazy. Okay. Our DPS is still pretty good, regardless. Yeah. Bit chaotic at the beginning, but that's okay. Nice, we got a double level there. That's what I was hoping for.
Hey, do you smell something? I don't think it's a monster scent. It's way too pleasant.
It smells like cologne.
This faint scent is familiar. I think someone in the palace at Illistana would wear it. But who?
Oh no.
We must have just missed them. There's no one here now.
Alright. Get Jule's weapon. How appropriate.
That makes
Okay.
2. We're halfway there.
Alrighty then. Well, where to from here?
Before we head out, let's check again where the final 2 monsters are lurking.
I know where they are, don't worry. Okay, let's see. Wind sank them. I guess this first one, probably closer. And I might invest my points since I suddenly find myself with a lot more. I didn't realize they'd scale up quite that harshly. Not to say it's a bad thing. If I can get some more utility, mostly in the form of other moves, that's what I would like to see. Okay, let's do Val in the lead for this one. Okay, elemental plot. Let's see. What can we grab that might actually be useful here? Val doesn't need better sabers. We might get the shield skills, just in case, I guess. Not many of them are plus versions, unfortunately. Seems like the only utility that makes sense right now, though. So let's see, that's 90 for both of these. So I guess we'll get one to start and the other later.
Awesome! Keep it up! Just getting started! Awesome! Keep it up!
Okay, Karina, what do you want? Maybe... It is a defensive and offensive buff both. Might not be a bad one. We're still out of reach, though, somehow. Okay. I don't really care about the debuffs, since Joulet is mostly taking care of that on his own. So, yeah, I guess I'll just keep working in this here. Who knows? We might get all the way to the end of that one. It does have a useful couple skills over there at the end. Let's see. You... Again, nothing really that interesting other than this, which still quite a bit ways off, but I guess we'll work on that.
My horizons have broadened. I'm on the right track.
Alright. Palomina... Can I get this? Not quite yet,
May this cultivate our connection.
but that would be great. And you're a bit far off from that as well. But that would be ideal, I think, so we'll keep working on that. I wonder if his double healing buff applies to Cure Water as well. We'll have to see. We should get another level or 2 levels from the next 2 bosses, so I think we'll be able to get the utility stuff I'm really interested in at the very least. Okay. So we're going to be dealing with the burbs this time, so we want earth damage, of course.
Let's rest up!
Let's go ahead and save. Oh, I need to actually apply the thing here. Go around and do that. I could grab the fly. I don't think it'll linger into the boss fight, though, unfortunately.
Come forth!
Might as well try it, though, I suppose.
What new unseen challenges await us?
I love challenges. Looks like the Cactus Soul is applying out of battle, too, which is actually... I didn't think about that. That's pretty nice. Alright.
Those are the Harsipides Ian asked us to defeat. Yikes, they're glaring daggers at us.
They're not here to play around, and neither are we. Come on! It's time to knock the wind out of their sails!
I love puns. Alright, so now you can curse them both at once.
They seem to have taken a likeness to Wind Sanctum.
Sorry, we've got no more vacancies. They'll take half.
Gotta stay focused. Judging from that reaction, that seems effective.
Oh yeah, that Cure Water is super good.
You're mine! Take this! You must protect everyone, right, Benya? Behold my power! Power of man! Unfinished! Take this!
So somehow the one I was attacking died second?
It would appear so.
Morley is just too good, huh? I guess.
Take this! Chief, guide us! Feel my power!
There we go. Okay. Close-ish. We'll see how the next one goes.
The Wind Sanctum is Ramco's home, and I'm not about to let anybody or anything just waltz in and act like they own the place.
I gotta say, the fact that Eve Zalaha's presence can make monsters go crazy like this is pretty scary.
It would be devastating if the dragon's evil influence spread.
Yes, it would.
We have to get to the root of the problem. I trust that Aish will have made a breakthrough once we return.
Okay. Spear and katana. Well, I guess that makes sense. That's two of them. So the last one we need is,
That's 3 of 4. Then there was one.
I guess, a sword for Val,
Just
which
how
makes
far
sense.
Salaha's influence has spread across the continents.
Distressing indeed. Just how dastardly is this dragon?
Okay. I'm getting down at that meridian. As a matter of fact, I think I forgot to equip Jule's new weapon, so we'll do that and then get Morley's going as well. Hopefully we can get versions of the other weapons that are just as good as these new ones as well. Let's see, how does it look? It's alright, I guess. Let's see. I don't hate the look of that one. I just really like the Caduceus's look there, so big fan. Okay. Let's see just how crazy OP Morley is. Let's see. And for the rest of you, let's see. I guess I think it would behoove me to actually work on mastering a new class, so
Keep it up.
grab that for you. You still need a bit more. You're gonna need a bit more as well. You're so close, I'll just do it.
My bond with the spirits burgeons.
I'd like to use Palamine in a boss fight, maybe eventually, but we'll see. Let's see. Cure Water plus still a little bit out of the way. If it turns out, though, that it's not really going to have time to get more skills, I might use my Clovers more freely. At the very least, we got another level or two to gain from this fight coming up here. So this one was the Axe Beak. All right, let's go for it.
There's Axebeak, one of the monsters Ian mentioned. It definitely looks more rabid than the last time we saw it.
Does it?
If we let it run wild, it could pose a danger to the people of Tiania. Let's finish it off quickly before it burns the whole region to the ground.
Okay. Well, I don't need moon energy on myself, so I'll just apply it to Val, I guess. Let's see. Ice Saber.
It's not going to lay a finger on me. We have to stop it.
We can't let it rampage so close to the village.
Right, I forgot. We gotta hit that crest there. Although I suppose we don't have to. Let's see. You might as well get us a little patch up.
Its energy is almost snuffed out.
As long as we exercise caution, we will eventually extinguish it.
Let's make it.
Hey, he stole my glory. Ah, so close. Okay.
It's enough volcanoes for a lifetime. Can we please leave?
Was it just me, or was there someone by the rock over there?
Was there?
Huh? I didn't see anything. Was it a ghost?
Whatever the case, they appear to have already absconded. We should also depart for our next destination.
Nod, nod. Yes, very nod. Shame we can't use that, but we'll see what we can do with those later. Should head back to Illistana now that we have all 5, but I assume the story will take us there regardless.
Nice job, everyone! We defeated all the monsters Ian requested.
Let's hurry back to the palace and let him know. He must be worried sick right now.
Indeed, we must hurry and allay his anxieties.
I love anxiety. I know it well, you might say. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna go ahead and hit this. Thank you for the follow, Cut-Headed. I think you may be a bot, but regardless, thank you for padding my numbers.
Let's rest up.
Cactus Soul is not applying in town. Alright, what do you got, buddy?
That was a great new experience.
Okay, that's it, I guess. So what does this ability do? And will I put it on anyone right now? Oh. No. No, that's cool. Thank you, though. Thank you. I might as well warp up to the palace. Got another long path on foot to get to Palomina's room, probably. Damn, Morley's powerful. I can say no more than that, I suppose. And we also got those core stones. They weren't like new versions. They were the same, I think, so if they were useful for anything good, I might spend them again. If not, then I can always just turn them into coins, maybe get somebody additional ability slots. I considered grinding that out, but I was having too much fun doing other things this weekend, so decided to leave it be. I think we're strong enough. I'm kind of at a loss as to how to invest
Welcome back,
more ability
everyone.
seeds anyway.
I didn't expect to see you all return so quickly.
We're the best.
Can't keep the king in waiting, you know? Ian, all 4 of the monsters you requested are now no more.
Our soldiers stationed across the land have also notified me of your wondrous exploits. We are one step closer to restoring peace to the realm. Thank you all.
You're welcome.
Furthermore, not long after you all left on your expedition, the guards managed to apprehend these little louses.
Ah, the weirdos.
You two are Passar's vicious vassals.
So, they were the ones skulking around this whole time.
Good old finger snap. Never gets old. Nothing to say for yourselves? I guess that's fine.
They spit out everything they knew. Turns out, Passar's the one trying to reawaken Eve Zalaha. Can you believe it?
First, he flees from arrest. Now he facilitates yet another flagrant ploy.
At least we finally get to give him some
Passar
justice.
should be on his way to Raina's shrine next. As for what exactly he'll be doing there, well, it seems those two ran out of saliva.
Huh, interesting.
Raina's shrine, huh? I had hoped I'd never have to go back there.
The shrine and the surrounding area were constructed in ancient times to harness the converging mana energies. It's the perfect spot to hatch a heinous plot.
I won't let that place be the scene of yet another tragedy. We have to hurry and stop Passar.
Indeed. Let us proceed promptly. Ian, manage the mobilization of our soldiers.
This time I shall accompany you all. I will not pass on an opportunity to serve a Rhaenys shrine in person.
Very well then. Ian, heir to the throne of Illistana, commands you, Alms,
Alms!
forestall Passar's evil designs and prevent Eve Zalaha's rebirth. And most importantly, return here safe and sound.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. The gang's all here.
Splendid.
Rhaenys Shrine, huh? Never thought I'd be heading back there again. There's no telling what might happen there. Gotta make sure we're fully prepared before we set off.
Pascal. That's not his name, but appreciate your earnestness.
Hmm.
Yes.
I think I'm emotionally fine.
Curious.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh, you're not important. Sorry.
Perfect.
Yeah, sure. Is there new equipment? It'd be nice if they sold equivalents, but that'd also be kind of weird. Might as well see if they're being generic or if they actually mean anything right now. I don't want to delay too much just in case we actually can use this cookie for another fight here. Then again, we have plenty of cookies, so it's not the worst thing in the world to have to use another.
Where to next?
Welcome. What will it be?
Yep, all the
Thank
same.
you for coming.
I should save before I go, just in
Let's
case.
use the Meridian to travel. Let's plan our next move.
I really wish the time wouldn't tick down while I'm banging that drum. Oh, hey, there's Orin.
To the skies!
Yeah, lately I've been getting actual character comments while riding Flammy. I don't know if that's just because we're in the post-game, or if it was like a stealth patch to fix those lines not happening when they ought to have been. Okay, well, I can't go to the altar, so I guess we'll walk up the slow way and or get immediately into a cutscene when we get in here.
Bye, Flammy!
So this is Rhaenys Shrine. Oh, fascinating. Let me see what we have here.
Ugh, this place is giving me the creeps. Val, how are you feeling?
I'm alright, Karina. Thanks. Now let's hurry and find Passar.
I'll hurry by pressing the run button. Dun, 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 dun. Bum, 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 ba-da-dum, bum. Yeah, this does give me vibes of the Isle of Oblivion or whatever it was called in the new translation. I think it was actually like Oblivii. They like punned it, portmanteaued it.
Oh, it's you meddlers again! Come to throw a wrench in my plans after subduing those vicious beasts I so laboriously rounded up for you?
How do you know that we defeated them all?
Why, it's all thanks to my most loyal underlings, Skirse and Rupper. But for those two, I'd still be on the run, escaping incarceration.
Your loyal lackeys have already been detained. They also directly divulged to us your whereabouts and designs.
What? Those cowards! How could they betray me after we've come so far?
A fitting form of retribution for a renegade such as yourself. I will not forget what you did to Illistana.
Kind of seems like small potatoes after all we've been
Who
through.
ran off with the royal crown. Return it. It does not belong in the hands of someone as revolting as you.
Filching the crown was mere child's play, given how caught up everyone was with the coronation ceremony. I'll need it for when I usher in a new world order and rise as its sole ruler. My lifelong dream was to turn Illistana into a formidable military power and reign as its figurehead. I tried every means, foul and fair, to make it a reality. And then you had to come in and ruin it all. I was driven out of the city, forced to flee for my life, like an animal!
Admiring this performance right now.
Here? Weren't you supposed to be making your merry way down to the mana tree to sacrifice your souls? I was banking on you all being lost in the sea of mana right now. Well, what of your duty, your pilgrimage?
You can wait.
The goddess of mana is well aware of your evil plans, Passar. One of her emissaries even asked us personally to put a stop to them.
Oh, that's right.
Eve Zalaha, the shadow of chaos. What is it? What do you hope to achieve by reawakening it?
Obviously, it'll be my sword and shield in my kingdom to come.
Oh, I'm sure that'll work out
What
great for you,
Illistana
buddy.
lacks is military power. In my magistrate days, I scoured the lands until I finally found that which would make my dreams a reality. The Egg of Calamity, where Eve Zalaha slumbers, the dark desires of mortals, and the Thaumaturb extracted from Etern's lunar sandglass.
The Thaumaturb?
Oh, yeah, we did get that. That was a tease like I thought it was.
I'll allow you to witness the Shadow of Chaos's rebirth before it engulfs the world whole. I'll be waiting on the floating Isle of Ulul. You will be my honored guests for the creation of my unified kingdom. That is assuming you leave this place alive.
Oh boy, monsters. I'll deal with them. Okay. I'm assuming there's going to be more than one set of these guys. So let's see. Why don't you just go with Moon Saber?
Moving. It's useless to
At least it'll be enough to finish off this level I barely did get.
Understood.
Leave him alone!
That should be sufficient.
Alright, can you give us a little boost? Thanks.
Keep them coming. Much obliged. Understood. Moving. Understood.
Okay. Looks like Moon isn't the best option here. Let's just try something generic. How about Saint? Forgetting I can do that. Alright, not bad. Just 3 groups. Enough to kill anything that moves.
Passar! Curse it all. He's gone. He was the one who sabotaged the lunar sandglass. All that destruction for the Thaumaturb?
Looks like Passar had it the entire time. King Gahul requested we destroy it if we ever found it, right?
Correct. And I plan to keep that promise no matter what. I finally know the truth behind the tragedy of
Sorry,
the
I tried to get the
It won't
microphone
bring
out of the way.
parishioners back, but we can still stop Passar. They deserve that much at least.
And
You
Passar.
got it. To Alul, everyone. Passar's not getting away with any of this.
Hey, at least we finally get to finish up Alul's map.
If Passar truly did decimate the parish, then I wholly failed to supervise one of my own subjects.
You're not at fault for any of this, Palomina. He is the one who should be punished for his actions. If we are to hear the whole truth, we can't waste time. Let's chase him down.
You are right. We must prevent Passar's plans from prevailing.
Alright, hold on 1 second here. Okay. Now we got another potential bot follow, but I will highlight them regardless. Sammy Charlotte, thank you. Oh boy, I gotta close off DMs or something like that. Alright, so we got 60 elemental points for that one. Pretty fun. So that's enough for some cool stuff here.
Good job, man.
Get that for you. Get this for
My
you.
horizons have broadened.
You got Adelante. I guess we'll keep working on this for
My
you.
bond with the spirit's virgins.
You get Cure Water
I'm
Plus.
starting to dig it.
Now we're gonna push over here to get Revivifier because I think we kind of need it.
The elements are all around us. I'm starting to twig it.
Let's see. You're just gonna push in this
Awesome.
direction.
Keep it up.
And yeah, Karina, you can keep going here, I guess. This isn't a bad skill to have for sure. Just the buffs we got over here. 205. I'll use enough to get
Getting
that.
stronger day by day.
And if there's anything focused on projectiles on you, that's all ninja moves. No, I don't think there's anything for projectiles on Morley here. This special attack stun rate, though, is pretty interesting. I don't know, I'll think about it, I guess. Let's see, Palomina, you're not doing anything crazy right now. See, the rest of this is item-based passive, so I don't really care about that for Jule. So yeah. I think I'll just finish this off.
The elements are all around us.
He kind of didn't have enough useful things to fill in his ring menu. Or I guess you could call it a radial menu these days, huh? Let's see. Anything good here? Not really. I think this stuff is the only thing I really care about with regards to Morley here.
I'm on the right track. My horizons have broadened.
Only I could use them earlier, but no dice. No dice for now. Let's see here. Well, do I care about anything you got going on? I don't think so. I think we're good for now. Now let's talk to everybody. Oh yeah. Only I could mine these rocks.
Curious.
Maybe.
Yes.
Wonder why he told us where it was going. Everybody's so supportive. It's infuriating! No. This just reminds me of that that mom from King of the Hill with the drag queen episode, who was just like, "Would you stop being supportive for 1 second and listen to me?"
To the skies.
That's it, Fleming.
Let's see. Oh, it didn't load the icons. That's cool. It's fine though. get like another treasure or two on our way up to the actual end of this area.
Let's fly together another time.
I remember really
Let's
enjoying
collect ourselves before
the
we set
music
off.
in the latter part of Ulul here. Just to make sure. Huh. Bigger than I thought, perhaps? We'll take a look. The reason we turned back before was just because there was some ominous presence, or something like that. What are we missing in terms of treasure? 3 treasures and an elementite. Well, probably get the elementite pretty soon here, if I had to guess.
Nice. Got it.
Let's see. Is this its own thing? Ooh. Normal enemies. Okay. Let's get Karina in here then. And actually use Palomina for a bit.
Let's just get this one.
Of course, this is my Karina strategy from here on out.
We've got quite a lot of Lugo. There's no need to be so frugal.
Yes, there is.
I'll do the honor. Whoa! Look at this.
Shadow 01, huh? Alright. Okay, so this just loops around.
Time to get to work.
I will take over.
Let me just swing this so that
Arena taking over.
that funny flail glitch is interesting.
Oh yeah.
Alright. Oh, this is a thing.
How's this? Whoa there.
Alright. I guess there's really no reason to explore around here since there doesn't seem to be anything left. I'm actually surprised that this is going as far as it is. Okay, finally reached its end.
Taking this.
See, we're already almost up. Looks like there's a lot of blue stuff coming up here. I wonder if there'll be an actual area like they had in Trials post-game. The remake's post-game for that game was actually really cool. Okay, well that looks ominous. Let's go around first.
Oh, what a fun.
Okay, sure.
Keep 'em coming.
That's actually not bad for Karina since her heavy attacks in the air keep her in the air. Alright, so we're gonna need to adjust this before we head up, I think.
Go to waste.
Ah, nice. Activate you.
How's this?
Are there more I need to activate as we go or something? Oh, here we go.
Is this right? Is this right?
Seems right to me. Okay, so this is the situation we're dealing with up here.
Keep 'em coming. Is this right? This looks about right. Keep 'em coming. Oh yeah.
Oh, there's the Elementite.
Power up. Give me your power.
5 points is nothing now, but that was an achievement. for getting every elementite, so that's nice.
How's this?
Whoa! Ah, another section. No wonder it seemed so far away before.
Let's rest our feet a bit.
That's all meridians, which is yet another achievement.
Taking this.
Let me,
Let's
actually
rest our
save
feet a
here,
bit.
though. Just 'cause you never know. I'm getting close to our marker, so I think I want to have my boss sets going here. Definitely gonna field Morley. Just seems right, you know? Okay, this looks open enough for a fight. And is that Basar? Yeah, it is. But there's also this.
Impressive.
Shield plus. Cool. I didn't get an achievement for all treasure chests, so maybe I forgot one somewhere. Alright. Let's deal with you. He's got an egg.
Passar. We've got you now.
Oh! I should have known you would make quick work of such trivial brutes.
You were the one who brought ruin to the Moonlit Parish 16 years ago. That's yet another of your evil crimes that has come to light.
What does it matter? Those parishioners brought their demise upon themselves. I wouldn't have had to resort to destroying the sand glass if they had just listened. Serves them right.
Yikes.
What did you...
I did try to bargain, but the parishioners insisted that it was a symbol of their town and not for sale. Ah, anything can be bought for the right price if you ask me. What choice did I have other than to forcibly take the car from them? Ah, had they simply complied, the town might have been spared.
The town and its people perished. All because of your petty ego?
Yeah, this guy sucks.
You would establish your empire atop the lives of innocents? Ugh! Your definition of the word king is crooked and corrupt.
I am building a vision from the ground up with my own two hands. Who else would be fit to rule it? I had considered annexing Illistana as a subjugated territory, but after much rumination, I think it best I abandon an empire so pathetic. Only an imbecile would willingly live in a land plagued by an ancient curse. The floating Isle of Ulul, free from that wretched fate, is the optimal location for my kingdom.
This place is the only location from Fadiel that survived the joining of the realms, and you want to turn it into your giant playground.
That's right. I was the first to find
I'm a
this
kid.
land, pristine and unsullied by man, and this herald of calamity as well.
Egg.
Interesting. Eve Zalaha's powers were sealed within that egg, which was then hidden here on the Isle, undiscovered for thousands of years.
I guess
The
you
egg
could call that
feeds on
interesting.
the negative emotions and vile desires of mortals. Only once it's absorbed enough will it hatch. You all played a hand in the breeding of these sentiments. Am I wrong? Remind me, who awakened Delafos and let loose the terrifying Benevodons?
Orin?
You were the ones responsible.
Hey, don't twist the narrative in your favor. We never intended to.
The Benevolons' sudden emergence generated much unrest amongst the people. It was those feelings of agony that lifted the seal off of the dragon. And now the piece de resistance, massive stores of mana amplified by the Thaumadorb. Rise, Eve Zalaha, awaken once more! You will be the strongest weapon in my kingdom's arsenal!
Oh, we got a load specifically for this.
Hatred
churn and beckon to me.
What do you think you're doing? I am the one who resurrected you! I am your master!
Yeah, I kind of saw that coming. Oh, he's been deleted.
Finally, the hour of my advent is now.
Where is Passar?
You refer to that puny man who shared my ambition for greed and domination? As an expression of my gratitude, I gave him an end most fitting for a minion as loyal as he.
An end? Most fitting?
Eve Zalaha, if your ultimate goal is the total obliteration of all human life, then I can only assume that you terminated Passar.
Just say killed, man.
That is correct. That worm was the first of many victims of my reign to meet their demise. I will rewrite the order of this world. Even the goddess of mana will bow her head before me. As humanity withers, they will descend into utter despair. Their misery, their anguish, all the more to nourish and feed me.
Feed me!
Now then, the dark feast of lamentation shall commence!
None if we have anything to say about it.
Alright, buddy, what do you got? I'm gonna make an assumption here.
Run amok. We have to band together. Take it down. Right here and now.
Alright, so he's actually taking a good amount of damage. Oh, I forgot to assign the better spells to Jule's ring menu. So that kind of sucks. Okay, so he's immune to that. Cool. At the very least, I think I'm right about him being weak to light. Oh, he's breaking us. Fun. Okay. I'm actually curious. Will it show me? Okay, I think he's generally weak to slash because of being a dragon. Val, throw a strengthen on me real quick.
Now it's time to... Enough games!
Let's do this. so he resisted that. It's a little extra damage, though. Alright. You need to be a little more proactive, buddy. Alright, I'm gonna make it. The others probably won't. Okay. Staggered. I'm assuming that means some sort of phase transition coming up here. Oh, nope. Still looks the same. Ooh. Okay, there was some dark sort of energy on the tail there. So that may have something to do with how he staggered there. See about trying to focus on the tail then. Now the head, neck area. Thank you. For a bit of a little charge up there. Well, allegedly we've almost got him. We'll see. Alright. No money?
We beat it. Everything's gonna be all right now.
We even retrieved the royal crown.
And all at the cost of
Bazaar
one
had
terrible,
no idea how
terrible
to be a
life.
ruler. It was that very same conceited display of power that brought humanity to the brink of destruction in the past.
Yeah.
You mean Arvid's war? Had we not stopped the creation of his kingdom, our world would likely repeat the same mistakes our ancestors made.
Other towns wouldn't have taken too kindly to being under his control either. Yeah, I really don't think he thought that part through.
Individuals like him only care about their own personal gain. Yet, it is consideration for others that moves us forward as a society.
So true.
Consideration for others. You're right, Aish. We have to support each other, through thick and thin.
In the end, Passar's thirst for world domination was his doom. I must be sure that Ian never makes the same mistake.
Yeah. What'll a little power do to a
I
kid
wouldn't worry
like
about
that?
Ian. With you as his mentor, he's bound to be a great leader. Oh. Morley, look! It's the Thaumatorb!
Now we can finally fulfill King Gahul's request. He mentioned that the world has no need of such a device. If we wish to usher in a new future, we shouldn't be tethered to the static past.
let us retire from here and return to the capital. We should report to Ian that we have done as he requested. With the crown back in our possession, we can now proceed with Ian's coronation. I would be glad if you would grace us with your presence.
We wouldn't miss it for anything. I can't wait to see Ian all decked out in finery.
That's weird.
Golly, I've never attended a royal ceremony before. Can I perform a song to commemorate the occasion? Maybe another time, Julie. Illistana has a pretty defined protocol for these events.
Attendance at a stately ceremony is highly restricted, a privilege granted only to a precious few. I feel honored just receiving an invitation.
Ian has grown so much in such a short time. It would be a pleasure to witness this pivotal moment in his life.
Yep. And there it is. Gotcha. Thank you, game.
The pure waters that flow through the capital are the will and lifeblood of its populace. Upon these waters, I crown you the King of Illistana.
I swear to protect the prosperity of Illistana and to devote my life to its people.
More feather water nonsense. Cool. It's going to be too big for him. I mean, it definitely is too big for him, but I guess it fits fine.
Ian, the Alms and I must now make for the Mana Tree. It is mandatory that we complete our mission. The duty of defending the continent falls to those who remain in our absence. I now bid you farewell, but our faith in each other will forge our future. Though I have already abdicated the throne, Ian, I entrust my will to you.
Palomina, ever our beloved queen, we have duly noted your humble wishes.
Oh, it changed his name to
I know
King.
you are in good hands.
That's cool. I
You
like
have
it when the
Val and
games do
other
that.
Alms with you. And just as your friends support you wholeheartedly, I too have allies I can count on for help. Leave the capital to me. You may continue on your journey with peace of mind.
Alright, cool. Anything else? There was that one part in the distorted sanctuary we couldn't go into. Is that going to open up now?
Honorable Alms.
Oh,
Vidiz, we managed to defeat Eve Zalaha. Everything's okay now.
And I am glad to hear it. You have averted yet another crisis before it could escalate beyond repair. You have my gratitude. Only Delafos' enmity remains. I beg of you, raise your arms in defense of the goddess and the world.
You got it.
you don't have to beg.
I promise that no harm will come to the goddess or the Mana Tree. Eve Zalaha was unbelievably powerful, but we pulled through. Now all that's left is Delafos. Let's go.
Right.
Let's plan our next move.
Okay. I gotta see what that core stone does. You guys have anything new to
Perfect.
say? Yeah, you do.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be bad. You okay there, Ramco?
Uh-huh.
Chasing your tail? Alright. I know we don't need to necessarily go in here for it, but I might as well. I hope it's do 1 billion more damage.
Welcome.
I don't want to defeat Delphos. Okay. So let's see. Yeah, another one of those. Another one of those. I want to stack attack on somebody. Those are definitely nice to have. What were the other ones? Yeah, let's see. Ossipetes and the other one. That one's like fine. A yellow. And Twinkie Frostgigas Axebeak is the last one. Is it a summon for itself that I get? Like I could learn the other one, but no, it doesn't seem like it. Where is it then? Oh, the actual wood elemental attack. That one's from Secretive Mana. I haven't seen that spell in quite some time. Yeah, where is Axebeak in here? Oh, there it is. Gallant, right. Class strike damage. Okay. Yeah, that's all stuff I have. Yeah, let's, like, how much would I get if I converted them? Oh, 296 for you. Speak, Duinky is lower. The others are decent. I didn't see what Eve Zalaha had, if anything. Scroll through this for a second here. Oh, here it is. Corrosion. Substitutes the amount of insufficient MP when using magic with 10 times the amount of HP. Okay. So basically casting from HP, but not really a big deal. Especially if I want to keep like HP based stuff going for damage boosts might not be the best idea. If I traded that in, I could get not even 2 of these. That's so many. What am I supposed to do with that? I don't know.
What can I get for you?
Nothing good.
Please come again.
Okay. So that's that. We did get more points to use as well. Genuinely shocked by just how much they shoot up here.
Awesome. Keep it up.
Now we'll use some clovers here. You're getting here.
Good job,
I guess we're focusing on this.
I'm on the right track.
This.
My bond with the spirits virgins.
Thing is, I don't want this class's additional stuff. So what would I rather get? I have no idea. I mean, that's just nice. Wall isn't bad as utility, just in case. I mean, I feel like I don't need more utility now. I did the thing, so I don't know. 88's a funny level to end on, but we'll have to see about the other thing. Let's see what we can do here. Will the game tell me anything, or do I just have to do the other thing? I mean, I could beat up Delphos again. I don't think there would be much point to it.
To the skies!
Plus, it would take a while. Okay. Sanctuary is still cursed or whatever, so if I go back from here, maybe it'll let me fast travel to the interesting area.
We'll do this again soon.
Give me a moment here.
Let's collect ourselves before we set off.
Okay, so it's not in fact going to give us a easy way back in. So let's see what happens if I go back. Will it put me in Distorted Sanctuary? Yes.
Now where's our next stop?
I guess we'll walk back the slow way. Each of these are their own maps. Nothing much. Are ya crazy? I ain't.
Now where's our next stop?
Just in case you were wondering, I ain't. Oop. Oh, the UI appeared.
We should be off.
This game could have used a little more polish, I guess. Hey, Meridian.
Where's our next stop?
Let's see if this helps at all.
Let's collect ourselves before we set off.
No, not so much. Okay. Nope. I do not care. Sorry. I do not care about that. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that. Not that you care, you're probably just a robot. I do my own art, thank you. I'm actually pretty good at it, I would say.
We should be off.
Doesn't mean I don't like to commission other people from time to time, but it's for stuff I know I can't do, rather than the alternative.
We should
Alright,
be off.
it was in this zone, the Mount Gala zone, so we're almost there. And they could still lock me out,
Where's our
but
next stop?
let's just find out the hard way, I suppose.
We need your help.
If only this existed in the real Mount Gala. It's a pain in the ass to backwalk through here. Can be done, though, with judicious use of Jule's umbrella, which I found interesting. Alright, let's see. Please, please, please. Alright, I'm in. Yes? Yes? Oh no, they're floating. Oh my god! The Black Rabbite! Of course. How could I have forgotten about you? Let's hope this works on this guy. Oh, it's using Dark Saber on me. Ah, it's such a classic thing. I love that. Okay, Dark Curse did work.
I think we can use the vessel.
Well, that sucks. Okay, fine. Get me. Again, I forgot to do stuff. Alright, so get me down. Get me down. Yeah, most recent. Thank you. Alright, we'll get this. Okay. So let me actually do things here. Hold on. Moves. You got inflation. I want to try that. You got Cure Water Plus. So we'll do that instead of that. And we have Wall and Revivifier. There. Now you're actually set up with something useful in every slot. Oh, you also could have something better, so I'll put on Adelante. Not that I'm using you right this second, but it is an option. Yeah, that was quite quick. We have didn't we have a thing? We have Leaf Shield, Moon Shield. We don't have Dark Shield handy, do we? No, I don't think so. Okay, well, that's fine. We'll deal with it. Okay, let me go in and out. Hopefully that'll auto-save me again. We can do this. I just got a little in over my head and forgot my basics a bit, I suppose. Yeah, I'm certain. I got this, maybe. It's gonna do its, Dark Saber thing first, I think.
Thank you.
Oh, I got darked. Hold on. Help me out. Thank you.
Thank you.
want to do a bit of this. I have the presence of mind to try and dodge, but the allies not so much, so... This one's hard to dodge, so I'm just gonna...
This is your end.
Might as well. Forgot I had this handy. Okay. You need to saber up again, Val. Doesn't seem like Holy is actually a weakness, but it's not resisted at least. Okay, I think I'm just gonna do this. Hopefully this isn't ignored. Okay. Joulet, are you gonna... Okay. I guess it just takes a while to cast. Ah! Get out! Okay, let me get you some more crit rate as well. Yeah, those demons are nothing.
Enough games. Crumble to dust.
It's not much damage, but it's still more than just attacking normally.
Time to call on the elemental spirit.
I should probably still be using the vessel, so we get mana back. Thank you. I got stunned by paralysis, that's what that was. Okay. Looks like the debuffs are still handy. I think Joulet is able to keep that up without me needing to tell him about it.
Much obliged. I can help you.
Can't give up now.
I gotta wait on this for a bit. We do have MP pots around here. Probably should put that to use. Here we go. Wake me up. Thank you. Okay. I think Jule is gonna keep us healthy. Thank you.
Much obliged.
Sure, a lot of status effects in this battle. More than I was expecting for sure. Let's protect you. Oh, never mind. He died. It's okay. Jule's got this. Just get myself a little love here. Okay. Yep, you gotta reestablish. Oh yeah, let me try this. Yeah. Ooh, not bad. Okay, well, I know what to do here. Did I get them all off on time? I think so. Oh god! Cloned himself. Let's do this then.
Thank you.
Jule, could you just throw one of these out? Just to make sure everything's fine? Oh, well that's unfortunate. Gotta get out of there. Yeah. Individually, they're not as strong as the normal one. Let's see if this is resisted. It is. I think anything elemental is probably resisted then, perhaps. I don't have anyone with a basic thing. Maybe Jule's.
Time to get to work. Much obliged.
Up. You're busy. Are you using attack spells? What was that? No, you don't have an attack spell. Okay. Let me put that on auto. Wake up! Okay. That was kinda close. Now, let's see if I can get this one killed. Okay. Okay, the other one is like stuck behind those jars for now. Maybe we'll be okay. Okay, at least I can do that.
Have a taste of my swordsmanship. Good riddance. Much obliged.
Maybe we'd be better off not sabering after all. And if that's the case, then Val was definitely the wrong choice for this fight. Okay. I think Dark Curse is not working on them, so I'm going to go ahead and turn that off from auto. It worked on the first one, or the main one.
Thank you.
Let me throw one of those at Jule, keep him healthy. Also, why don't we just do a bit of that?
Inflation.
Is the only one left? I think so.
You're not getting away. Perfect moment to strike.
Alright, I'll wait for the real one to come back first. Come on. Okay. Where are you, buddy? There you are. Alright, let's try this again. Okay, it worked.
Have a taste of my swordsmanship. The elemental vessel is ready.
Take this! You're mine!
Let's see if this works. Not bad. I think I'm gonna patch him up. Why'd you focus on me? What was I doing for you?
Thank you.
Oh, it's using Ancient Curse or something like that. I remember it could do that before. Some MP back, please. Thank you. At least it works on those guys. Yeah, it's going wild on the magic spells now for sure. Yeah, for whatever reason, Val is doing not unresisted damage.
This is your end.
Definitely getting lots of clash strikes in. I wonder if how much easier this would have been with Karina on our side instead. Got him. Whew. That was a lot of fun. Goodbye. Why don't we look that guy up in the bestiary? I think that could be funny. Hold on. Let's see. A vicious variant of the rabbi whose existence simply cannot be explained. Okay. Yeah, resists all elements. It's immune to wood and moon and light and dark. So I was handicapping myself quite a bit by using Val there. Oh well. Now I know for the next time, question mark? Looks like Eve's Alaha was similar, but slashing was good on it, so I was able to at least have that handy. Okay. So anybody who's following after me, don't bother with sabers on these bosses. What a shame. As for the seed we got... Invincibility for someone who you're not controlling. It had a similar ability in Trials of Mana for the no future difficulty. Because the AI was so bad, you just had to have this ability to make them worth anything. Makes me wonder if we'll get a no future difficulty for this game sometime down the line. Yeah. Okay. Alright, alright. I don't know what to do with that item. Never found whatever side quest that was relevant for. Well, speaking of side quests... It's gonna take me forever to get out of here, actually. I wonder if I can go back in there and fight it again. Doesn't seem like there would be much of a point, other than screwing around, I suppose. I would say I got through that decently, though, even not knowing anything about how to counter it effectively. Though having the sabers was nice, at least in the case of it dark sabering me, I guess. But in that case, any saber was still just as bad, especially because they were infinite duration. Okay. I can't think of any other thing to do. Let's see, if I do go back in here, it'll probably warn me if it's back. Okay, it is back. Which is kind of funny because all these It's got apparently the full map there, but we don't get to play around with that. Okay. Yeah, I don't see anything else obvious for post-game fun, so I think this might be where we leave it off then. I'm gonna have to walk back out of here. There's still some achievements I haven't done, but I don't know what they are because they won't tell me. But what is left behind here? If I look, how many are left? 4, including not including the achievement for getting every achievement. So I'll have to see what the hidden qualities of those are if I maybe want to platinum this someday. No biggie though. Let's see. Before we leave, why don't we go ahead and read all of Little Cactus's diaries? Let's see. So for Charred Passage, the ground here is hot and the water is lukewarm. It's not so bad, really. I can tell the plants here are happy. But it's weird. I don't see many leafy vegetables walking around. I thought this was their passage. I should find a quiet spot to camp for tonight. Charred Passage. What vegetable does that sound like? Maybe it's a joke that works more in Japanese. I'm not entirely sure. Okay. Airy Passage. The air here always has a smell to it. Sniff sniff here, smells of seafood. Sniff sniff there, smells of meat. Does it make the Rabbites and Chobin Hoods hungry? That wouldn't be good. They might eat the people traveling through here by mistake. Now I'm starting to get a little hungry. Terrifying. Okay, Longren. Dragonfolk in Longren live in harmony with the wind. It's an important part of their lives. But can they float in the breeze like dandelions? Can they tumble over the ground like dry grass? The windmills go spin, spin, spin. The world goes spin, spin, spin. My head goes spin, spin, spin when I think about these things. Yeah, me too, little cactus. Mount Gala. The legends say Mount Gala is where the winds are born. It's the source of all the wind. Sylphid sends it out all over the world. Did you know that? I didn't know that. I thought there was a giant on top of the mountain huffing and puffing all day long. Whew! I was worried the giant might faint from all the huff puffing. Yeah, I don't think Big Jeremy is in this game. Let's see, Lefaya drifts, I believe? Everything is frozen solid. If I don't get out of here, that will include me. I heard that the snow here used to be milder, but I don't know why that matters now. The snow hides the path. Which way should I go? I suppose it doesn't matter either. I have no business staying here too long. Snow business? Like no business it snows. It's no big deal. I'm not scared, but I am quite cold. That would be the first diary entry we got, I think. Let's see. You could turn back time, so that's a turn. When the big sandy glass broke, all the parishioners disappeared. Even the fox vanished. Was it magic, or are they all playing hide and seek? Can I play as well? Playing alone is no fun. Cacti get lonely too, you know. Sometimes a cactus might cry if it gets too lonely. Let's see. No, this was the one we did before. Rhyme Falls, so I can ignore that one, I think. I read it before. Hop, step, jump. What would this be? It wouldn't be the port. I guess it would just be the plains over there. I forget what they were called exactly. I guess the step something. So many plants, but only one cactus. So many picools, but I have to walk everywhere because they won't give me a ride. Do they think cacti are too prickly? They must not know I'm thorn-free. Maybe they just don't like my face. Silly picools, don't they know that you should never judge a cactus by its face? It is kind of a weird face, I'm not gonna lie. Alright. For the port town. The sea is always vast no matter the season. But was the sea small when it was a child? Are puddles baby oceans? Do they eat salt to grow big and strong? I couldn't cross something big like the sea because I can't swim. Please stay as you are, sea. You can't grow too much. Everything in moderation, including salt. Funny. Alright. This one would be the other ports on the Illustana side. Fish swim in the water, birds fly in the sky, picools dash across the land. What about plants? Plants aren't always stuck in one place, you know. We spread seeds all over and sprout everywhere. You should never underestimate a plant. I only request that you don't jostle me too much. I'm very sensitive to jostling. Alright. Pritta Ridge. Lovely yellow leaves on Pritta Ridge. Crystal clear waters on Pritta Ridge. Smiley smiley faces on Pritta Ridge. Picools going crazy on Pritta Ridge. A perfect place for everyone, Pritta Ridge. But I don't think that's the case for me. This guy's a real poet. Let's see. Illustana. I forget if we read this one before. No, I remember reading that one. Okay, let's see. Luca Ruins. So Passar nabbed Niccolo because Niccolo's a bad guy? But Passar is also a bad guy, and that's why Full Metal Hugger got taken down. So the real bad guy was Full Metal Hugger all along. I knew it! No, that can't be right. Was Passar actually the real bad guy after all? I'm so confused. Yeah. So let's see. Starry Shrines. That's Rhaenys Shrine. Have you ever wondered why the stars glow? Is it because mushrooms feed off their light? Do fireflies perch on the's points? Are stars jellyfish swimming across the inky sky? I'll give it some more thought. You should too. If you find the answer, let me know. You can whisper it to me. I don't mind. It'll be our little secret. That kind of writing feels like Undertale-y for some reason. Let's see. Arvet's Pasture. The pasture is a place where lots of food grows, but a terrible war happened here once upon a time. People fought because others had too much food. Why fight? There's enough food to go around. So let's all enjoy a meal together. Remember to chew slowly. There's only enough for one extra helping each. Don't mind me if I have a larger serving, though. You little nasty guy. Let's see. This would be probably Dura Gorge. Yeah. So many bones. Such enormous cliffs. It's good to be steadfast, but sometimes you have to accept change. Like if that huge monkey turned into a small one. Maybe that will help me get big and strong. How am I supposed to climb these cliffs otherwise? I don't know, man. Alright, Dede Cliffs. My courage led me to the top of Dede Cliffs. Is this where my journey ends? Oh, but I'm so high up. I don't want to look down. This is very frightening for me. I can hear my stomach rumbling from fear. I should take a snack break before setting off. I can't stay here. Okay, whatever you say, buddy. Entwined Bridge Pass. A legend says that two people said their final goodbyes on this bridge. But I'm curious. This is a long bridge and you can see a long way. Did they turn around to check if they could still see each other? Were those people a Sproutling and a Popo Bug? If that's the case, then I guess they'd want to keep an eye on each other. That one's so silly. Okay. The moor. I expected the moors to be flat, but they're pretty lumpy. Did I make a wrong turn? Am I a silly cactus? I'm just going where the wind takes me at this point. On second thought, could that giant turtle come pick me up? I have read this one before. That's okay. Let's see. Live freely, so Sata, of course. Freedom is following your heart. Freedom is doing whatever you want. I don't care what others say. I study when I feel like it. I eat when I'm hungry and sleep in every day. Does that make me a brat? I'm not sure, but children can get away with acting spoiled. They're truly free, just like me. I wouldn't change it for anything. Aw. Children. They are our future, I hear. Alright, so this would be, what was that place called? Let's see. How does it feel to turn to stone? Let me try to imagine it. I'm standing still. Sunbathing in the morning, moonbathing at night. Rainstorms don't bother me. Tornadoes don't bother me either. Hey, it's not that different from being a cactus. That doesn't sound so bad, huh, Vuskov? Yeah, I forget exactly what that place was called. It was the dungeon before we got Vuskov, of course. Zawhak Desert. The Zawhak Desert must have a zillion grains of sand. That's probably why its name starts with a Z. Why does everyone look so tired? It's summer! Time for fun! Cacti love the feeling of smooth sand on our roots and hot sun on our bodies. But there's no shade if a sandstorm comes. we might shrivel up a little bit. Now I'm thirsty. Yeah, today is actually the first day of autumn, I believe, meteorologically. So, it's not the summer anymore, buddy. Uju, there's no one here. I'm all alone. But I'm not scared, not one itty-bitty bit. That was a lie. I'm super duper scared. I have to stay calm at times like this. Gnome, where are you? Come get me. Let's see. We read that one for the Mine Gemurda, I believe. Let's see. I guess this would be Milos Woods then. Whoa there, break it up. You're too close. Much too close. Need to give each other space. If your leaves block the sun, the poor shrubs on the ground won't grow. What then? Ooh, I didn't realize you were involved. How romantic. Now I'm blushing. That's weird. Alright, what was his home called again? Jule's? How did I forget that? Well, oh well. There's something different about that Sproutling. They're different. Did they spruce up their style? I've changed too. I'm not the same cactus that I was yesterday. And I'll be a brand new cactus tomorrow. It's the first step to maturity. Good things come to those who sleep. Words to live by. Okay. Sanctuary entrance. The Sanctuary of Mana is the home of the goddess. You can't just enter whenever you please. If someone came into my home unannounced, I'd be shocked. A home is a sacred place. It's a kind of sanctuary. It's embarrassing for people to see your space without permission. But if someone asked nicely, I'd let them in. Okay. I read that one already. That was, what was it, Lagrazzo? And this one would be the Tomb Spire. Mountains of books. Be sure to put them back in their proper places once you're done reading. Sometimes I get sleepy after picking up a book and forget to tidy it away. I like to read about blue oozes and chocobos, chocobo mention, and catfish, stuff like that. I always have nice dreams on the nights when I do. Yeah. A physical chocobo has not appeared in a Mana game since that cameo at the end of Sword of Mana, I don't think. So, it's kind of fun to hear them mentioned here. So this would be Teratio. I've never been fond of cold weather. I was frozen solid once. True. Can't we stay indoors where it is warm and there are snacks aplenty? Won't someone take pity on this poor cactus? Oh, the tragedy. Huh, so that's what acting feels like. It's kind of fun. The all is lost moment. Wendell Temple, or Temple of Wendell, whatever it was called. It's a relief to find light in the darkness, but if it's too bright, the light might hurt your eyes. You can't see if it's too dark or too bright. Balance is the key. As you can see, my spines are spread evenly across my body. It's kind of the same thing. Don't believe me? Go ahead and count them. Yeah, you're probably designed pretty symmetrically if I'd had to guess. Now we finally get to Tiania. The Fire Village is just like Salamando. Exciting! No one bats an eye when Dorfer Volcano rumbles and spews out rocks or erupts with lava. If the volcano is angry, everyone tries to cheer it up again. The people of Tiania are all kind souls. That really warms my heart. Aww. Now for Dorfer Volcano, for some reason. Let's see. Lava from Dorfer Volcano can be gooey or silky. Sometimes it's hard and then melts back to gooey when it gets all hot again. It's so surreal. When it's hot, it turns soft. When it's cold, it turns hard. It's like how taco bugs are soft and green balls are hard. I see. Suppose it's not so surreal after all. Right? Now this is Wind Sanctum. I thought this place would look like Longrin with all the floating dandelion seeds, but the gusts are so strong here, everything gets blown away. Pretty scary. But I still want to protect the seeds. Maybe I'll just watch over them from afar. Alright. Castle Crescino. Crescino is an ancient castle built by a revolutionary king of the beast folk. But he turned into a frog and then a lot of different things happened. Then the castle fell to bits. Maybe his inventions didn't go well like Von Voyage's. Or maybe he had a sudden flash of inspiration and ran off somewhere. Who knows? Not me. The moral of the story is to stay sharp. Like a cactus, perhaps? Let's see. What was the other dungeon we went to? Lucca Ruins Under Temple, that's right. I didn't know that some plants grow underwater. I'm shocked. Does this mean that there are cacti growing on the bottom of the sea? Do you think I could live underwater too? Just imagine me swaying with the ocean currents. I'm being nailed by all the fish. On second thought, I'll stay on land for now. Alright, Ulul. The floating island is home to a colorful bird Benevodon. It sort of looks like a legendary bird. You know, the one with the snake? But maybe they're different birds. I can't explain why, but this island feels familiar. I want to ride on a giant bird and go on an epic adventure. The snake can stay home, though. Alright, I think this is the last one for Distorted Sanctuary, which we read before. I'll read it again, though. Look how far you've come. Your journey may be over, but your adventure has only just begun. Do you have everything you need? Anything left on your plate? One last thing before you go. Thank you for finding me. I wish you all the best because I know you can do it. And I don't think there's really anything left on my plate in this case. And then that means there's nothing left on my plate for streams. Let's see. There's no save point nearby. So I'll try to move to one real quick here. But as we're ending off here, I want to, again, thank everybody who's watching. Real, fake, spam bot, real bots.
Now where's our next stop?
Anybody. I do it because I want to entertain you all and have fun at the same time myself, and I think I do a pretty good job of that. While there's still a little time left before my folks come back, I don't think it's really enough time to do anything substantial, so I think I'm going to take that chance to just relax, spend more time to myself, organize things so that I'm ready for their return more properly. So this will be the last you'll hear from me, officially.
Let's collect ourselves before we set off.
And yeah, that'll be the end of the streams for this year. And I may be planning something new for next year, something different, but I don't know if I'll go through with that or not. I'm excited about it now, but who knows what'll happen in half a year's time or however long it takes for me to be free again. I definitely want to keep streaming in whatever form that might take, but for now, again, thank you all for watching. It's been a pleasure and a privilege to entertain everybody. I'm looking greatly forward to Zelda Echoes of Wisdom this week and many games coming in the future as well. It's going to be a great end of the year for 2024, I think, despite all the nonsense that's been happening behind the scenes. Layoffs, AI, all that bad stuff. But I'm optimistic, as I always am, so I'm going to leave it there. You all have a good night and have a good time. And I will see you when I see you. Good night, everybody.
The peoples of our world live their lives blessed by the powers of mana. To maintain that balance, alms are chosen to offer their souls to the mana tree. This is how we continue the cycle and ensure a future of prosperity. For millennia, we have lived and died this way. And so we shall forevermore, as each land continues its long tradition seeing the appointed alms off on their pilgrimage to the mana tree.
Good night, everybody.
Visions of Mana.